Click. Inhale. Exhale. Bring sound to your breath and settle into a cross-legged position. Take notice after several breaths. Make sure everything is relatively comfortable in your body. So please make choices in this shape and all the shapes that are compassionate. Meet yourself where you are. Even that sounds like a hard thing. Let that land for a moment. Meet yourself where you are. Ground your hands on your legs where your shoulders can relax, making no effort. Be still, be downward a little bit, whatever your body naturally does. Be a little heavy. Breathe deeply, sealing your lips. If possible, if that's not ready yet, breathe with determination through your nose until it clears out. Gradually bring yourself to upright spine with extension towards the sky, the axis extending. Feel that central channel of the spine as well as the energy. The full moon corresponds with the fullness of breath. Go there and linger briefly. Notice what fullness feels like, how pranic it is. And when it becomes enough to notice, let it flow towards the aponic balancing energy, the emptiness. Twice more, explore slowly. It helps to breathe slowly, a little bit at a time. Gradually fill. When you feel full, float in that fullness a moment, feel it, and release it gradually. Balance. Inhale, reach up your arms down into your legs, lift the plane of your face, have some free movement with your hands and your wrists and your fingers, lifting your whole rib cage. Start to alternate lifting your shoulders, lengthening your sides as well. Still free exploration. Upward face, upward hands. Inhale, open your hands, pull them back and bring them forward. Twice more. Back and forth wrists. One more time, grounded and open at the same time. Exhale, soften and bring your hands down into your chest. Elbows and relax into the body. Ease your chin downward slowly. Breathe. We've been focusing on the sounds, energy in the practice, the sound of your breathing and the world, with a neutral attitude, taking in the sounds around you. Inhale for the Om. Ah. Deeply grounding that long exhale. And release. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Bring your right hand around the opposite. Place where your neck and shoulder come together is a nice spot. Wrap your fingers back there. And give a little bit of squeeze, a little weight. One more time, be deeply. Your body. Head's heavy. Bring it back up with awareness. Find center, axial extension, centered spine. Over to the other side, side bend in your neck. Bring the hands. Bring together body awareness, steady breathing, and a focus to the eyes. Those three things. You can bring more, you can focus on one, but between those three, we can find some quietness. One more time. And bring your head back to center. Release your arm, find center. Heart lifting pose, bring back your hands so that you can bend your elbows and lift your chest. Bring your feet out to the floor. Do not overdo the chest lifting and opening. There's a little bit of forwardness in the shoulders here too. Little bit of a lift. Lift the plane of your face as well. Ground your feet and your hands and gaze down your nose. Final extension into back bending is pranic as well, like the inhale energy. Just notice how it gently lifts energy. One more time. And release forward. Stretching out your legs. Toes pointing. Sliding forward. We've been doing this lately pretty regularly. And then the pulling back with the toes as you sit back, roll your shoulders into position and catch yourself with your core strength. So that's the flow. Have some free space and time to explore that. Like your knees can bend. Do what you need to do. Just come back and gently challenge and then go the other way. Gently challenge range of motion. Move your feet in both directions and listen to the sounds. Maybe 2 more times. The sound of your fingers on your skin and your clothing. One more, come back. Roll the shoulders back, lean back. Toes pulling back towards the shins. Resisting with the legs. And release. Come over to a side bend with your right leg crossing over your left, hooking the toes together. And then over towards the left side, slide your hand out and reaching your arms straight up into the air is a side lengthener. Continue out over your ear if it feels good. Try to hook your toes together. And on that second or third breath, make sure you don't need to refine anything. Customize this shape for your body one more time. And slowly bring your arm over and down. Release your feet, sit up tall, find the center. Other side, cross, hook toes, slide out, reach up. Stay on your seat, keeping that left hip kind of heavy. Customize that top arm position, shoulder down, arm reaches. The general rule with the eyes is just to let your eyes go down and centered wherever you are facing. One more time. Breathing out. And then inhale up. Slide that hand back beside you, find center and release. As promised, coming down early in practice to the back of the body. Lie down, legs straight, or just lie down. resisting the lie down, and give a big stretch once you get onto the ground. Reach your arms along your ears and down through your toes. Just let your front body open in a relaxed way here. Mindful of the throat center, keeping that area soft and open. It's really easy to tuck your chin. Really paying attention to long neck and long throat. One more time. Have that balance of both. Breathe out, bring down your arms beside you on the floor, palms down, and bring your feet in one at a time to a bent position. Pick up your pelvis and bring it back down, finding center with your spine. Coming up to a sustainable bridge pose, which is just one that you can hold, one you can sustain. Feet in a little close to the body and wide from each other. A nice exhale to ground you, especially in your low belly. Feel where you're grounded and then lift up with inhale. Press your feet to lift your hips up. Refine your foundation as needed and breathe. The moon energy can be a nice opportunity not to do your maximum, but to just be with the shapes, not trying to grow necessarily. Just gently be where you can sustain. One more cycle of breath. Come down with slowness, exhaling. Perhaps gathering in the pelvic floor muscles in the low belly to support the releasing down. And once you're down, let everything relax, the subtle core. And bring your arms up to a T beside you, out by your shoulders, and go side to side with your knees and your feet. Free hip rotations, a little spinal rotation coming in. Feel how they are connected. Maybe palms rolling up. The upper body easeful. Let that finish a cycle each side and come to center. If you're developing your bridge pose, work on that again, or exploring the marching bridge. Set your foundation, bring in all those qualities, the groundedness, the tone in the low belly, lifting up, keeping your head centered. Lift your right foot off the floor if possible and bring it down. Continue alternating sides. A little bit playful. Just clearing the floor is fine, or you can reach way up. Calmly do your best. Welcome strength. Finish a set and do one more each leg. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, slowly come down. Spinal mobility. Control that release of your spine. Notice it. Feel it release and relax when it lands on the pelvis. And then bring your legs up into your chest and rock side to side. Your knees in. Let it work for you as far as how you hold on and whether or not you rock. Come to center. Breathe out. Bring your legs up towards the sky and your arms as well. Just let them hang into space. 1, 2, Noticing the energy of the shapes, just in an open way. How does this feel? Is it grounding? Out to the sides, arms and legs widen. Doesn't have to be far. Let gravity assist an opening that feels positive here. And it does need to come back to the belly center. A little bit of core challenging. For one more breath. Just be where it feels good in your body in the moment, where it feels right, and then come back to center. Last one, legs away, arms away. And we're just getting warmed up, so don't overdo this. Make sure your low back isn't strained, that you're just using your low belly. Gently challenging. One more breath. Back overhead and bring them on down. Coming up to seated. And around to tabletop position. Spreading your hands, fingers forward. Settling your knees and the tops of your feet. Light tone in the low belly. Bring your right hand behind your skull, opening out to the side. Breathe in. Doesn't need to be a big movement. Breathe out, elbow to elbow. 4 more times. Mid-back rotations. Sometimes my big toes come together in a pose like this just to help bring more stability. One more time. Notice how it uses your whole body. Release that arm. Sit back towards your heels. Walk both arms to the right side. Side reaching child's pose. Stop at any point. Bring down your head. Hips high or low. Rhythmic breathing, gentle sound. One more time. With slowness, come back to center and pull yourself into cow spine. Gentle extension. Push your hands into cat spine, round your back, tuck your tail. 2 more times. Gently extend, mobility of the spine. Flex, tuck your chin, tuck your tail. One more. And neutral. Other side with the mid-back stiffness reliever, elbow to the side and down, elbow to elbow. Feel free to reset your stabilizing hand. Sorry if that made a noise on your end. My phone did a vibrating ring. Okay, mid-back stiffness reliever. Come on back into the child's pose. Settle your knees so you'll be comfortable in side reaching child's pose. Walk it out. One step at a time. Find the sweet spot, sensation, positive. Bring your head down. Not forced and not holding back. Sthira Sukha Asanam. Let yourself feel grounded. Countering that full moon energy with lots of grounding practice. Exhale one more time. Take some time releasing the side bend. Pull yourself up. So stick your hands and pull them underneath your shoulders to come into cow. Extend. Exhale to bear pose or puppy. If you're developing bear is the knee hover. 1. Broad chest, broad back. 5 breaths. 3. Use your whole body. 4. And 5. Downward facing dog. Straighten your arms and legs, hips back. Bring your heels towards the ground. Heels of the hands. Bear the weight of this pose. By pushing into them, the weight rises up towards the belly and back into the legs. Keep your focus on stability and core strength, not forcing your heart towards the floor. Just letting the chest open naturally. Breathe out one more time. Bend your knees and look between your hands. Step with your right foot forward first. Walk forward and breathe out, forward fold. You may move your hands where they work for your body. Inhale, standing up. Press your feet. Go slowly to go from being upside down to being right side up. Touch and then exhale. Arrange your shoulders, spread your feet, bring down your arms. Standing tall mountain pose. Arms grounded today. Bring your hands away for a moment. Feel how that ungrounds mountain pose. Still good, still mountain pose. Today, grounded mountain. Feel the arms in. Where are you overworking? Where are you underworking? Is your belly sticking forward? Gently bring it in towards your spine, down low. Bring your right leg in front of your left. If that doesn't work for your hips or anything, you can just have your feet close together. Tilt your pelvis and come into a forward fold. So it might not be far. It's hard to bend the knees in this position. So you can just stop at any point, forward fold for you. That second and third breath, settle into your spot and breathe again several more times. Gratitude practice towards your feet. Breathe out again. Inhale with slowness, come up. Upright, weave fingers, bring them up. Side bend to the right. Side bend to the left. One more time each way. Elbows can bend. Inhale, center, gaze up, press up. Bring down your arms, release. Set your shoulders and uncross. Mountain, grounded, centered. Second side, shift. All of this is balance work. Every time we shift from one foot to the other, settle into your feet on this side, tall spine, inhale. The pelvis tilts forward to your own degree. So you bring your hands to the floor, pay attention to your hip joints, pay attention to your spine, and wherever your body needs you to pay attention. I try to mention the key places. Explore your range of motion. One more breath. Coming up, take your time. Upright, set shoulders. Weave your fingers the other interlace. Shoulders are down as you bring up your arms. Side bending towards the left. Come to center. You can add the upward gaze. Side bend towards the right. The gaze goes down. Center. One more each way. Not a huge movement. And release, bring down your arms, uncross your legs, grounded mountain pose. Maybe even big toes together. See if that works in your body, or just legs close. It's fine. Breathe out. And step out to goddess. You can turn sideways on your mat if you like. Stay forward facing today. Bend your knees, come right down the center line. Tall spine. Reach up your arms alongside your ears. Inhale. And then exhale out and around, like making a circle with your arms out in front of you. Out and around and up. Try that a few times. Just work within the confines of your space. Go the other way 3 times. Out, down, around, and up. Keep your foundation steady. One more time. And release, straighten your legs. Triangle pose to the right side, turn out your leg from your hip, turn your left leg in so it's comfortable, and slide out and down. Remember the sustainable style today in the moon practice. Make sure you can still see your top arm. Hips comfortable, don't force anything. Radiate from your sun center, from your belly. Just letting the breath move your body in the shape. Exhale, belly center, changing sides. Enjoy the journey. Come up, find center, create the second side of the pose. This radiating shape, making sure you can see your top arm. One more. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, coming up. Bend your knee over your ankle on that side, the left, and stretch your arms out to warrior B. So you don't have to change your feet. You don't have to make it huge. Just knee over ankle. Turn your head. Sense yourself in space. One more. Changing sides. If you need to rest your arms, that's okay. Keep them reaching if you have practiced enough that your arms will stay up. Turn your head. Keep practicing. One more time. On this side, extended side angle. Foundation the same, lean to the leg, reach your arm, and then pull that shoulder down off your ear. Spin your belly and your chest skyward, your face. Let go of any excess effort. Feet, face, know yourself. Sense it. Breathe out once again. Other side. Feel your lower back strengthening as it helps you come up and out of that shape. That's why that slowness, one of the reasons it's so important. Back to the first side, knee bends over the ankle, warrior B. Stretch it out to the extended side angle form. Shoulder down, arm reach, gather fingers, rotate torso. One. Eyes either to the inner elbow or the palm of the top hand. Observe how that brings stability to your mind when you know where your eyes are supposed to be. Breathe out one more time. Inhale, come up. Take your time, build strength by being slow, and come back to the top section of your mat. Ground your mountain. Look out now on the floor in front of you, maybe 3 or 4 feet out. Find a spot where your eyes can rest, centered and down and away. Shift your weight into your right leg. You can keep your left toes on the ground and shift your weight into your left leg. And release back to center, playing with a low tree pose. So right leg into the right leg shift, enough so you can get your left knee to bend and turn to the side. Low tree, toes on the floor, like Janu Shirsasana C, the high-heeled shoe. And then weave your fingers together, bring up your arms, and side bend over towards that bent knee. One more time. With slowness, come up, press up, breathe in, gaze up, and bring down your arms. Return your eyes to that steady spot and come back to center. Shifting sides, low tree, opposite interlace, different index finger in front. Side bend towards the bent knee. 1, 2, find your gazing spot. Especially if you're used to doing tree in different ways. Just be present with this variation and let it be what it is. Come on back to center, up and over, and release. Come down. Step 2 wide, parallel feet, please. Come down, forward fold. Bring your right hand to the floor in front of you. So you could use the block if you need it, or you can bend your knees to reach. Low back stays level. Spinal twist. Reach out to the side. Reach up. Keep your arm in view. Feel how that rotates your mid-back and your neck. 5 breaths. Make your refinements. Find your shape so energy can flow freely. Unforced. Once again, exhale, bring down the rotation. Changing sides, come in at your own pace. Find this side, make sure you can still see that arm in the air with your peripheral vision. One more breath is 5. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Center. Turn your toes towards the corner of your mat with your left foot, and the knee follows, and come on out into a side lunge. So that knee angles towards the toes, loading that leg with more weight with the arms or just support there. Or you can come down lower with your hips. If that works in your body, maybe spin to the back heel. Find your own one leg side squat. On this side of your body. Last breath. Over to the other side, move through center, bend your knee towards your toes. That's important. Stay up in the higher setting or drop it down if you want to, but don't drop, ease it down. 1. It's okay to work with different sides of your body differently as needed. One more time. Press your foot to rise up. Find center, star pose in honor of our radiant star and its light reflecting on the surface of the moon. Easy, open fingers, front body, back body. One more time, feel or imagine the light of the sun surrounding you. So in some form or another, it's there. Release. At the top of your mat, sit your hips back a bit into Utkatasana. No angels. I know it's not the right time of year, but big wings up and down a few times. Big wings, eagle wings. Another time. Arms up, arms down. Hands to your thighs, straighten your legs, fold and stay. Wherever your hands reach, your own favorite version. Calm energy. Tapestry of sounds. Bring your right leg back and your knee to the floor. Rise up. Anjaneyasana. Find the foundation balance first. The knee can track towards the toes or stay where it is. Spine lengthening. Bring your hands to the back of your pelvis, guiding your sacrum forward as you lift your rib cage and your face. Gaze down your nose. Ground both feet. If you'd like, bring your arms up for the last few breaths. One more time. And release. Changing sides, you may use your hands. Find the foundational center. Option to bring the front knee forward. Feel how it takes the pelvis with it. Downward fingers comfortably at your low back or back pelvis so that your shoulders have space here. Guide the pelvis forward a little bit. Lift the ribs, lift the face, gaze down. 1, 2, 3. Upward arms if you'd like to add them for the last few breaths. And release, come down. Bring your leg back. Coming to our first yin pose, a wide knees child's pose. So your hips can be high or low. You can put cushioning behind your knees, kind of something to sit on. You could have cushioning between your legs. Take care of yourself. The arm position is opposite elbow-ish. It could be just wrists, that would work. Take a moment to find a shape along those lines. Spring season yin. And yin is coming into the release of the muscular efforts, hanging out in your connective tissues, being still. If you need to come out or change something, you're not ever trapped. You always have the freedom to take care of yourself. So if this isn't working your body for a long hold, maybe just come to your belly with your arms in this position. another minute's time, which could be something like 6 breaths if you're breathing slowly, if you're curious. Letting a breath complete itself. Swallow. For a counter movement, come on out to your belly. Take your time, stretch out. Lower down. Downward facing star. Widen your arms and legs a bit. Shoulders down the back. Forehead down. Feeling yourself open out after that closed shape. And doing some swims on our bellies by bringing the arms and legs in, shoulder and hip distance apart. Nice long neck. Take a moment just to feel the ground with the tops of your feet and the hands. Feel where you touch the ground. Lift your left arm and your right leg straight and up, or straight-ish, and come down. Carry on, go side to side. Just establish and release. A little playful with the alternating sides. Notice how the grounded side helps you lift up. One more each way. And then soften everything. Just do a belly rest head turn, or if you'd like to make it a half frog as well, I'll give you a note to let you change sides. Head turn to one side on your belly rest. Make sure there's not too much pressure anywhere. And be soft. Breath just loud enough for you to hear yourself breathing. Slowly changing sides. Stay as grounded as possible by resisting coming out too fast. Turn your head, settle your shoulders, check in on your neck, ground your front body, relax. Sound and space. Eyes resting. Breathe out. Stay still. Breathe in like you're kind of stuck to the ground. Come out slowly. Back to center, hands under your shoulders so that you can bring yourself up and back to puppy pose, tucking the toes, long spine, elbows lifted, head down, broad chest, broad shoulders. Let your head touch the ground if it will reach, your forehead down. And since they are so plentiful right now, looking at the rabbit pose, it's a little baby headstand. It's very accessible. So from puppy, you're on your forehead. Bring your hands so they're on either side of your head comfortably. And then roll up towards the top of your head a little bit, lifting your hips. So I'm super light on my head, almost no weight. Your weight's all in your seat and your legs for the most part here. Just gently explore touching higher on your forehead or top of your head. You can untuck your toes. And the last part of rabbit is reaching for your heels. If you know yourself, if you feel very secure, you can explore that. Sasangasana. A new way of looking at things. Once more. Hands back beside you if you move them to your legs. Ease yourself back, bringing your knees all the way together. Wrap your arms along the sides of you and tuck down your chin. Little seed pose. Letting the low back round. Chin tuck. And you can still breathe. Your body will find a way. Notice it one more time. Breathe here. Your chest presses into your legs. One way. Rise from here. Making your way to your feet. Gradually growing. Gather your hands into the center of your chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lifting. Exhale, going back with that left leg first. If you remember from the beginning of practice, plank pose. Cow or upward dog, knees down. Lift the ribs, bring the pelvis forward. Breathe in either one. Increasing the circulation to the lungs. Increasing capacity. One more time. Slowly ease back to puppy or downward dog. We haven't really spent a lot of time there today. If you want to work another one of those in. One more time. Lower your knees if they're not already. Sitting down and lying down. Stretch out and come back. Have a little pillow or blanket, eye coverings, your favorite stuff. Come into the lying bent knees position, settling your spine to center. Arrive. Feel the energy. So there's prana with a capital P. That's the vital energy of the body. And then the prana, lowercase, is the inhale energy, that upward rising energy, sensing that prana, upward energy. Apana is downward energy, exhale energy, groundedness. Explore those two energies. 2 more breaths. Inhale, upward, expansive. Exhale, downward, contracting. And release, swallowing, making sure your throat is open as well as your neck being long. Bring a little support under your head if you'd like. Come into figure 4 pose with your left leg crossing over your right and the knee going out to the side. Pause there for a moment with that away energy with the top leg. You can even hand print there to encourage it in that direction. Continuing to balance prana and apana. And now the drawing inward energy, just letting that the set of legs come towards your chest a bit more or a lot more if that is something you feel right doing in your body. Hands come in and support the drawing in version of the hip stretch. And letting this side feel complete, a gradual undoing. To the other side, you can customize the lower leg position to accommodate the opening outward. So I'm not pushing with my hand, but I just have my hand print there. Just a little reminder to let it rest away. Long neck, open throat, relax what you can. And letting that feel complete with an exhale. Release that opening away energy, and that can be enough. Maybe there's some coming inward with the legs. And release. A moment to just let go of that stillness with the legs and the hips. Bring your hands behind your skull, elbows wide, and your feet together, knees apart. Start to release any holding in your belly, any holding in your jaw. Letting your mouth open a little bit. Gradually stretching out your legs and releasing your arms. Always taking a moment just to find center, just like we come into mountain pose, finding that sense of center on your back. Get comfortable and let this be received. When you're at home, you can use your favorite blanket, your favorite pillow, bust it out. You can also keep it simple. That's fine too. What works for you? settling into stillness, breath wild and free, letting go of any holding in your body, physical holding, and also any knots around the heart. Let them go. Let them unravel as you rest. How good that the clouds travel as they do, like the long dresses of the angels of our imagination, or gather in storm masses, then break with their gifts of replenishment. And how good that the trees shelter the patient birds in their thick leaves. And how good that in the field the next morning, Redbird frolics again, his throat full of song. And how good that the dark ponds, refreshed, are holding the white cups of the lilies so that each is an eye that can look upward. And how good that the little blue-winged teal comes paddling among them as cheerful as ever. And so on, and so on. Of goodness. The idea of balancing the prana and apana, using the breath as one of the tools, poses, is to bring a balanced energy to the overall energy of the body. Gently stretching your breath in both directions, free movement. A little twist on your back with your knees going one way and your head going the other might feel like a nice transitionary um, set of movements. And taking some time to move to the other side or continue your explorations. Stretching breath, stretching body. Make a return to your seated position. And maybe adding a little bit of circling from your hips if you're there and you'd like to. Flow and ground just a little bit more. Going the other way a few times. Flow and ground. Find center, tall spine, inhale. Ah. Friday yoga party. Thank you so much for coming. Happy full flower moon day. This midpoint of spring. If you especially liked any of the new things that I've been busting out, you can always let me know, so I'll remember to do it again.
I liked all of it.
It was a bit different, so I'm glad you enjoyed it, Emma.
Oh yeah. And you put Olivia to sleep, so that's a good thing too.